What's up everybody, it's your boy Duty back again with another video, and I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving holiday break. I took a little break from commentating. I just needed a little break from Phil and talking about the moron. But I'm back with a couple new videos, folks. Now this one is our boy DSP on his daily rap, talking like, he just some of the things he says just confuses me sometimes. And it's just further proof that our boy Phil is an alien, and I think he body snatched some human some years ago, and he's trying to act human. So let's watch the video, see what he has to say.
Good evening everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday the 27th of November 2022. A great full day of gameplay streaming and completely different from what was yesterday. Now, we started off today with an episode of the Level 1 podcast, and it was a really good episode because it was basically kind of almost like a celebratory day where we got to celebrate the fact that we did hit the monthly members goal for the month of November. We locked into doing the Christmas event. I talked about the specific.
He's celebrating that he was able to get one whale Emil to chip in 100 memberships. Apparently our boy Emil's welfare check must have came in early, and he was able to drop some he was able to not pay his rent this month and drop it on his boy Phil.
Excuse me, of when that was going to happen. And I set up the two community tab threads by which you guys can nominate games. First of all, just in general, everyone can nominate games on the community tab. You'll see posted right there on DSP Gaming. You can post up as many games as you like as nominations. However, I did post up the rules, so please abide by them, because if you're nominating games that aren't eligible, that would pretty much be a waste of your time. But then I also have a one for members only. So if you happen to be one of the 475 plus members that we currently have right now here on the channel, you have priority access. Once you post up in your thread, the way it's going to work is as follows. For the members, the game that is most commonly nominated will become a game that we will play during the Christmas Marathon event. So if you're a member, head over there, nominate, try to campaign to get other people to back up your nomination, because the more the better. And yes, the game with the most nominations by right before Christmas there will be the game that we play. That's the members picked game. If you're not a member, if you're not a member, or if you are a member but you also want to get in on the public nominations, you could do that too. The way that one's going to work is people will nominate games for about 2-3 weeks, roughly. You figure probably this week and then maybe the first 2 weeks of December. And then whatever games are the most nominated, I'll probably narrow it down to like 5. Those will be in a poll, and you guys will be able to vote as well. Actually, I take that back. We'll probably do like 10, and then you guys could narrow it down from 10 to like 4 in a poll. So that way we can do those 4 that were public selected, and then one that's a members only game, you see? So that's how it's going to work. Please do so. What I'm going to do is institute some commands. So starting tomorrow, when you're in the stream chat, it'll pop up automatically and say, hey everyone, nominate games here, or type !Christmas, to get this to pop up in the chat, and you can just go to that thread directly. Okay, so cool. That was exciting. We also,
by the way, I'm directing all my viewers and fans to go out there and vote for Dying Light 2, since our boy Phil wage quit that game back in March. Let's have him finish the game up, folks.
Started discussing future events, trying to get an idea, because remember, there's going to be obviously a members goal in December, and I was like, geez, what would you guys like for the reward? And everyone seems to have a different answer. Some people really like the gameplay events, some people like the react events, so it's kind of like a split idea. Some people are like, do viewers choice again, where viewers pick a game for you to do a playthrough of, which I'm okay with, except the last couple of times that we kind of had that as a members goal, it kind of fell flat and we didn't hit it, so I kind of stopped offering it. Didn't really make sense to have that as a members goal. People weren't going to care about it. So we'll see. We're going to talk about it over the rest of this week, and then when I come back from my break on Thursday for December 1st, not only will we have all the holiday themed decorations, animations, and everything in play, but also we're gonna have a new members goal, and we got to figure out exactly what the reward will be. It's something that you want. So we have 2 days left to talk about it on my streams. If you have an opinion, leave a comment on this video and let me know, what do you want for the members goal? Okay, someone had a really good idea on the podcast. They said, not for this month coming up, but the month after. So this would be January. Have a members goal, and if you hit it, instead of watching the Super Bowl, which you don't care about, because you're right, I don't care about sports, instead do a...
No, you don't care about sports because that interferes in your time to focus on making money. That's your primary goal, Phil, in life. So we understand.
Super Bowl ad marathon, where I react to advertisements that were famously played during the Super Bowl. Now, for me, I'd want to go for old ones. The more current ads, sadly, the higher chance that those ads are going to be, have an issue with copyright. But if I go like 80s and 90s and maybe even early 2000s Super Bowl ads, that could be pretty funny and pretty fun. Go through these ads from that. I've maybe seen a lot of them too over the years. But it's cool to see these ads that are kind of like out of their own time frame. See, is it really timely for that time or whatever? But the cool thing is, if I do that, right, I'll dress up in one of my football jerseys. Maybe I'll do multiple jersey swaps during the day. I can eat food that people would eat when they're watching, like a Super Bowl. Like I could have like microwave snacks and nachos and chips, all kinds of shit like that. Maybe.
Who the hell says that like that? It's just more proof that our boy Phil is an alien. Let's hear that one more time.
That could be pretty funny and pretty fun. Go through these ads from that. I've maybe seen a lot of them too over the years. But it's cool to see these ads that are kind of like out of their own time frame. See, is it really timely for that time or whatever? But the cool thing is, if I do that, right, I'll dress up in one of my football jerseys. Maybe I'll do multiple jersey swaps during the day. I can eat food that people would eat when they're watching, like a Super Bowl. Like I could have like microwave snacks and nachos and chips, all kinds of shit like that. Maybe order a pizza during the day and have that live with all of you. Maybe even get some silly stuff like a beer helmet.
Oh my lord, our boy Phil is going to do yet again another Chuck E. Cheese pizza party for the Super Bowl. Good lord. But now watch the Super Bowl, of course.
Or something like that, with those beer hats. We'll see. But anyway, it was just an idea someone threw out there. And all day I've kind of been talking about it. And everyone says, like, yeah, it's a pretty good idea, actually. Something you've never done before. So
he's done pretty much all that already. He did the ad stuff and he did the Chuck E. Cheese pizza party. So there's nothing new here. Anyway, I know our Bill's been hyping up and talking about changes to the channel coming in January. And I'm going to do a video on that. I don't expect any changes whatsoever. I just expect him to do more React content, do more gameplay, maybe extend the podcast. I can envision him extending the podcast from an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then maybe just playing maybe 2 hours of gameplay, and then doing kind of like a wrap-up Q&A thing. Because what I've noticed with him is that lately he's been like, when the games are sucking, he goes to Q&A. He goes to an improv Q&A, and for the most part he does get some tips during Q&A. So it typically what happens is, if he's not getting any support for a game, he'll cut it out or end it or whatever the case is, and then he'll go to Q&A for a half hour, and the dents get him past the tier 1 tip goal. That's essentially what he does. So I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to extend the podcast, and then he's going to just limit gameplay to about 2 hours, and then have some wrap up after the stream, but yet still do the daily wrap. So he has to come up with a new name for that segment. So anyway, our boy Phil is hemorrhaging hemorrhaging viewers. So I think the only thing he knows to do is to create more videos to try to get more ad revenue. So we'll get into that video in the next one. Peace out, peoples.